Good morning, welcome back to my channel. Sorry I haven't done a video in a while. I've been super busy between doing coaching and cakes and graduation, birthday parties. It's just been crazy. So I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys a little bit about perception, what we're thinking, and how it affects us positively and how it can affect us negatively depending on how we perceive it. So I want to just start off talking about um, how we go about our day. So let's just say you wake up in the morning, you're getting ready for work, you go to look for your keys and you can't find them. So you looking, you're searching, can't find them. About 5 minutes in, you find your keys, you hop in the car, you're headed down the highway, and boom, the car in front of you crashes into another car. Now you're even later. You get to work, you're frustrated, you don't feel like talking to anybody. Here comes Susan. Susan comes up to you and you're just like, good morning. And she says to you, and you say, okay, well, good morning. How was your weekend? And she just goes into how she had the worst weekend ever. She's so upset. You offer a few words of encouragement and you go about your day. Now, you've deemed this the worst morning ever because you're late. You lost your keys. There was an accident. Your coworker's talking to you. You really didn't want to talk to her, but you decided to do it anyway. There's a little backstory that happened to me. It was one particular morning where all those events occurred, and the next day my coworker came to me and she said, I really appreciate you talking to me. I was contemplating suicide, and your words of encouragement stopped me from doing it. Not so much in those words, but overall. So I really started thinking about my day and overall how I had deemed it the worst day ever. But when I thought about it, me losing my keys could have made the difference between me being the car that got into the accident or the car that was behind the car that got into the accident. Me deciding to go ahead and speak to my coworker, even though I didn't really feel like speaking to her, didn't really feel like hearing um, anything negative at the time or just any stories, period. I just wanted to, move into my day. But taking the time out to really listen made a difference between life and death. So, all in all, it wasn't a bad day. It was a day that was meant to happen exactly how it happened in order for certain things to change in a positive light. So, when we think about the year 2020 and we start thinking about all the things that have occurred between COVID-19 and, um, the protesting and the riots and um, the murder hornets, like everything that went on this year, um, people being laid off and furloughed from their jobs. Are we really thinking about this stuff in a negative light, or are we thinking about it for the positive that has come out of it? Yes, we've been stuck in our house, but if you been in your house and you haven't just been glued to the television and just watching the news 24/7, and you've been doing things that you necessarily wouldn't have had time to do if you weren't furloughed from your job, or if you weren't, you know, home working from home. I've seen so much creativity come out of a lot of people because of the fact that they are home or they are working from home. People are trying things that they've never tried before and done things that they've never done before. You spending more time with your families, spending more time with your kids now that they're home. Parents are really starting to understand some of their child's learning disabilities that they may not have known or necessarily believed was a thing until they actually had to sit down and do the work with their child. So, um, also, even with, the Floyd situation, with the protest and So much change has been made. Never before in history has every state came out to protest. We got other countries coming out to speak about Black lives, and it's really starting to make a change and make a difference that needs to be done. So when we think about 2020 and we think about um, how we feel like this could, how it's been, just a terrible year, we really thinking about, is it a horrible year? Has it been a year of change? Has it been a year of people finally coming to see the light? Has it been a year of you finding yourself? Has it been a year of you being home with your spouse and rekindling your relationship? Or maybe you realize that this relationship is not for you. Um, we really have to think about things and put things into perspective. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I was furloughed from my job, so I've been home. But I could have looked at it in a negative way, but I took this as an opportunity to really build up the time and work on my coaching, build my business, um, spend time with my kids, really do some home improvements, and honestly, we were talking, and I shared with her. I told her, I said, I didn't get unemployment. Like, I see a lot of people always saying, oh, well, people that's home, they're getting unemployment or getting all this money and blah blah blah. That's great, but that wasn't me. So um at no point did I have to go into my emergency fund or anything like that. I've been able to maintain the lifestyle that I've been living, um, by the grace of God, So, um, between just, doing my coaching and just random checks coming in the mail. Um, so, I am getting ready to go back to work, but, you know, I could have looked at it negatively, but what you think manifests in your life, and you have to remember that. So if you think negatively, the negative things will manifest. If you think positively, positive things will manifest in your life. So I kept a positive perspective through the whole ordeal. I hear a lot of people talk about, um, you know, the situation that's going on now. Well, you know, what about all the negative comments that's going around on social media, and people exposing themselves as, racist? And that's fine. If you, I explain it this way. If you were used to going to Bobby's Barbecue Shack, let's just say, and Bobby posts on his page that he doesn't like, colored people, black people, Hispanics, whatever, that's fine. Guess what? Thank Bobby, because he just did you a favor. Because every time you went to Bobby's restaurant, he could have been spending your food. Now, that sounds harsh, but it's the truth. Now you know he's exposed himself for what it is. And you know not to attend that establishment anymore. So, we can't. Sometimes the truth has to come out in order for us to be able to move on and to grow, or to see something for what it really is. And it's not a bad thing if someone has said something or posted something on social media, and you thought this person was different. you know they exposed themselves. That's fine. 2020, I believe, is the year for people exposing themselves for who they really are. There are some people that don't understand. They're educating themselves, and that's fine too. It's so many more resources out there now. So many people have posted so much stuff, so much information that you know we didn't know, even us, about our own culture. So I just want to wrap this up, but I just want to say, um, just be careful about what you think and how you think it. Yes, everything is not roses and sunshine all the time, and you're going to have down days, but just try to look into your day and really start seeing like what happened throughout this day that could have went a whole nother way, but because this happened, it went this way. Or what was the positive that came out of this? If you honestly come out 2020 and you have not grown some type of way, in any way possible, for the good, then you did this year all wrong. So I just want to leave you guys with that thought. My kids are still sleeping, so I'm going to try to get a couple of minutes in of little self-care moment before they drive me crazy. But yes, I just want to put that out there. And you guys can always find me on Facebook, Instagram, my website, www.amazinglifeco.com. Also, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment down below. And you guys have an amazing day.